Good evening. My name is Prince Comrade Olushola Adegboye from the Office of the Human Rights Defenders and Access to Justice Advocacy Center, reaching you from number 93 Ale Avenue, Ikeja, Lagos, Nigeria. Today is about a case that was treated sometime last week in respect of one Mr. Henry, whom Mrs. Edith ONAH claimed that he bought fish feed from her and refused to pay up the money that amounted to 740,000 naira, more than half a million. So today, Mr. Henry is here to say his own version of the story. Stay tuned. Those of you, comrades, fans, viewers, who can still recognize this woman, should please hold for the man to give his own statement. Otherwise, if need be for her to say it again exactly like that, was it a long story or short story? So we can allow you say it in his presence. Because if it's that long story, we may not have the time.
Well, not quite long.
Is it like a 10-15 minute story?
Yeah, even not up to.
All right.
The
Okay,
bottom
go
line
ahead.
is,
All right, all right.
okay.
Tell us your name and start all over again.
Okay, my name is Mrs. Edith ONAH.
So
sometime I'm here in respect of Mr. Henry, who is Henry Obaka, who has been owing me since year 2019. I was into fish feed sales. Yes, because due to his owing, I've not been able to continue the business. So I was doing the business. He came to me that he wanted me to be supplying him fish feed. The first time he bought, after the maturity and he sold out the fish, he paid me quite all right. But after then is what has become problem now since 2019. So all the fish he bought throughout that period, now he has not paid. Because the first one he bought, because he normally buys that at the maturity stage, when he sells off, he comes to pay me. But at the maturity stage of the first one, that when he started owing, he came and said all the fish died, that the pond broke and the fish, they all died. So he came and now said, okay, that he was going to into hatchery and all that, that I should keep supplying him feed till he's able to raise the next batch, so that we'll be able to sell and pay me. I said fine. I still gave him the feed. At a point, he even said he needed loan to expand the business. I still gave him, went to somebody that loans money and gave him, borrowed the money, 250,000 naira loan, and still gave to him, so that he can expand the pond and the fish pond and the fish hatchery, and paid me faster, which he still refused. He still came and said all the ones he's hatching, they are dying, they keep dying. So that is the issue. That is why I came back here today.
Did you in any way visited his fish pond then?
Well, I visited. I met some, the ones he said they survived. Even on another occasion I went, I met him selling the ones that were due for sales. I met him selling to someone who even paid me the amount he bought that day, which was 20,000 naira. I met him selling that day. They were quite okay. So from there now he has not paid me. He paid me he paid me amount 40,000 naira in March 2nd, 2020. No, 2021. And that has been it. Till today, I have not heard anything. He keeps promising. He promises, give me 2 months, give me 1 month, he will pay. At the end of the time he promised, he will not come up with any payment again. So now he keeps telling me, don't worry, I will pay, don't worry, I will pay. When? He will not say when. And I told him point blank when he came to start buying this with that, please, this money, it was borrowed from a microfinance bank, and as we speak, my younger sister who borrowed me that money, who helped me to get that money, lost her job because of this money, because I will not been able to pay back. Now I'm like an outcast in my family. there is a rift between me and them because she helped me to borrow this money, and at the end of the day now I'm not able to pay back till now. So that is just the long and short of the story. There is nothing else.
Has he been running away from you, or he keep on giving you all these excuses?
Well, at times I go there, he say he's not around. At times in short, it has been excuses. Excuses.
Is
Don't
the
worry, next, even at a point my husband has to wade in.
is the fish pond still existing?
Yes, that was, he confirmed it last week to madam on the phone, that he is still running, that he's still in the business.
All right, let's give him time to also say something. Yes. Good evening, sir.
Good evening. My name is Henry. Like she said, I approached her. So anyway, she actually had a shop where I was selling fish feed on my street. Before she came there, I used to go far to buy feed, but when I saw a shop open there, I stopped over and we chatted. I haven't found out that she speaks my language.
Speak up, little.
After that time, I decided to start patronizing her. I would go there to buy feed and feed my fish and load them out. On one given occasion, before maturation period, I ran out of cash after having bought some from her. So I told her, okay, I'll pay a certain amount of money, but you give me a feed that is more than the amount I'll pay you. She did give me, and when during maturation period of the fish, I sold and gave her and returned her money. That happened again. I would go there, pay less than the number of feed I want. From that relationship, she would, release the fish feed to me. I'll feed the feed. At maturation period, I'll pay her up. Then at a point, when I saw that this relationship existed, I saw it as an opportunity to expand a bit. So I increased my stock. I approached her and said, okay, since you have been performing, I will give you fish feed. She gave me the first batch. I paid the complete money. Even though I didn't complete the payment, I went there, she gave me another one. But at a stage during the period of raising this fish, the main tank where I had the largest number of fish, for reasons we don't know, the tank is made of tarpaulin material. Yeah, at a point when we're changing water change the daily routine. When we're changing water, at a point the tarpaulin exploded and even forced a part of my fence down. So all the fish are stuck that were even close to maturation all went into the drainage. I wasn't at home. They called me, and before I got there, a lot of them had gone through my fence to the other compound into the drainage. They tried to rescue them, and because I was not around, people that were rescuing them, once they packed all those ones that they felt were still alive, they put it in the tanks where the tank that was still intact.
Yeah.
So that affected the production. This money we are talking about, if you know the cost of fish feed, you find out that it wasn't so much volume of fish feed that will result to that. By the time you buy 50 bags, the money has already gone very high. So, but this was not the problem because I banked on selling. When I sell, I'll definitely make profit after giving her money. But this unexpected natural event distorted the whole process. So because of that, where I was expecting to sell over ₦1 million, I could. Let me add this, that as at the time when the tank had issues, the few were able to rescue. We fed them with the remaining fish feed I had already collected from her. Now, I didn't have the courage to now say, go give me other feed to complete the process. So I had to sell out to recoup the money I could get and give her back at least what I could get from inside. I sold 240,000 naira instead of what I was expecting to sell over ₦1 million. So I put the cash together. I took out 160,000 from inside. 140. I went to her. When we gave it to her, she refused it.
Out of
She said it
930,000.
was too small. She threw it.
Out of
930,000.
At that point.
Hold a minute. Out of 930, Abi,
930.
he wanted
almost
to give
140.
140.
140,
Yeah.
and you now
Considering what I sold.
you
Yeah.
refused it
Yes.
as at 2019.
Yeah. As at October 2019.
But
But as at November, he still went to pay it into my account.
you say 140.
No, he paid 100 first, then in November, then January, he now paid another 40.
Can I continue?
You continue.
The cash that I eventually paid into her account was very different from this one. Because at that point, a lot of things were hanging on my neck. School fees was there and all that. So the money that she refused on that same day, I went to pay it as school fees to my children. I had to just try and make sure somehow I keep paying her something. But after that incident, I decided, since I wasn't going to get support on the area of fish feed and all that, it was expensive for me to continue to do grow out. Grow out is when you raise from a certain stage to table size. I decided, right, let me go into hatching. When you hatch, it's less capital intensive because you're going to raise them for 7 weeks to 8 weeks and you sell off to people who want to grow out. That is what I have been into. But while this one is not capital intensive, it's a bit tricky because it's like raising infants. At a point, one mistake will cause a lot of issues. So generally, to cut a long story short, it's been a bit of a trying time for me. During all these periods, she would call, I would tell her, I'm actually expecting that I'll be able to give you something at the time I sell at such a point in time. But such a time will come and I'll find out that I was able to put something together for her. So from then on, she started getting very angry and actually antagonistic. She would take times to come to the house. When she asked me
So which house?
to my house, she would ask me, because my farm is in my house, when are you going to pay? I will say, I'm working on it. I'm making efforts to pay you this money. She will say, when? I'll not be able to say when because I'm not sure, because my payment is dependent on the fish farm. For now, I'm really not doing any other thing. I was really not doing any other thing as at that time she was coming. So sometimes she will
How do you
come.
mean you were really not doing any other thing?
All I was
Any
doing,
other thing?
any other
Okay,
business.
of
My
course.
main business was
Yeah.
catfish farming. She would come, and once I say sorry, I'm going to, before I say sorry, say I don't want to hear, she shout.
When was the last time you paid money to that same account?
I think that was early 2020 or so.
Can again?
About early 2020.
So if you have an account and you've not been paying and that business is still going on, either big or small, how will you judge yourself if you are asked to mediate into this kind of complaint?
Yes, I will look at it and say, oh, doing business is one thing, doing business and making money is another thing. What has been the position on ground? Has this business been profitable? As a matter of fact, has it been getting anything from it? It's really been low, but God willing, there are a few other things that I put my hand into now, apart from the catfish business, that I'm expecting that something will start coming in.
Sir,
Yeah.
when this woman refused 140,000 out of 930,000 naira, you went ahead and deposited it into her account, yes or no?
No, I didn't go ahead to deposit it immediately.
But however, after a million years, you did or not?
Oh yes, I paid that.
So why haven't you been taking 1,000, 10,000, 15,000, 5,000 into that same account for the past 2-3 years now, sir?
Yeah, I will tell
and
you.
you are still serving fish and fish is not returning profit to you. So as handsome, as good looking that you are now, you are only going to your fish farm to salute them, to work in vain for them, and nothing to eat and nothing to give away.
The truth is that in every start of business, there can be down times, and the catfish farming, especially the hatching area, needs understanding. And most times, before you get to where you are going, you're likely to burn your fingers. This came up. This question is coming up because there's an indebtedness to this woman. I understand why you're asking. Then on the issue of why have I not been paying 10,000, 20,000,
Because when she
accepting
stop you,
accepting the 40,000
mm,
was the problem. When I paid 40,000, she actually
so I look
called.
for something reasonable to tell this office,
No,
please.
please listen to me now.
I'm
I'm telling you
listening,
what
but
happened.
when she stopped you, you went ahead and deposited that money, whether the following day or how many weeks later.
You don't say it
You
like
can
this.
still go there, sir. Listen now. Listen,
All
there
right.
is no big deal in this thing both of you are talking about. You are just making it big. When she stopped you, you went ahead and paid into the account. Eh? So she is not there to stop you. When you pay, the debt or whatever you are owing reduce automatically.
That is true.
You cannot pay 1,000 and she will still be calling 740. She will call it 730, 29, be 39. So you would have do yourself a favor by depositing inside that into that account. By the time she now summon you before any office, you go and print your account. When she refused, I have no any other option or alternative than to be putting whatever I have into this account. I have deposited so 1,000 now for the past 2 years and I'm not owing her. She will be surprised to see that she have make use of her money without she knowing. Then your statement of account would have set you free, just like what the previous people did to themselves. It was through the statement of account, the previous case, that they now find out that I have overpaid or have paid up to. You speak reasonably, you talk learned, and you are taking the woman for granted. According to her, her business is no longer there, not even her sister that stood for her. But you are still having something, you are falling back to that same business. That means as it is, I don't want to say you are better than her. You are still having memory of fish business. Why she have no memory? Her memory is a past memory as far as that business is concerned. Listen, we are not good as a person, as people. But all our complaint, blames goes to our leaders. What you did to this woman, she's going to punish another person she ever had the opportunity that through that same business or different business. A man called himself pastor came to my house to beg that they drove him away from where he was pastoring. He tried to start his own ministry. Nothing is coming out. He want to drive me because he saw driving driver needed. He kneel down before me. I said no. After giving him that job, he still begged that if he would be going to Ayobo and coming, he cannot save. He begged for my own personal house to stay. I accepted. Then going back with money you have saved for a week, Saturday night, come on Monday morning, he still beg for one of my machine. It's like I'm just dashing him money for free, feeding in my house. But if I tell you what the pastor did after he had worked for 7 months and gathered money, I just record few of him. But did you know I was not able to get hold of him and punish him? But now my this new driver now, I am very careful with him. And if I sometimes I don dash him money,
Yes,
sometimes he say
also.
oga it's too dark oh, I no know whether I fit stay for this security pass. Say hey, will you just make your way? He even say oga I know how to ride machine oh, I say, so what is your machine here? You are the people that make people to be wicked. Look at what you do to what you are doing or what you have done to this woman. If I ask you to judge, you may not judge it rightly. You are wrong, sir. You are wrong. Every business grow with blessing. You may not believe that business it grows, multiply with that blessing. Okay, I know some people who are doing fish pond that started just 2 3 years in my own street. The one I know, I used to go there and feed my eyes. I love all those kind of stuff, seeing fish, jumping, swimming, or whatever. So I even make one small one in my backyard now, bought from the man. According to them, I know what they are making. Even when they bring that small gallop, they'll bring out, come and be counting those finger size. Yes, if you are still doing it for the past how many years, it hasn't collapsed completely, which it will not by the grace of God. At least this woman should have received something from you throughout 21, 2021, we're in 22. You want to let that money go like that? Is that your prayer?
No, it's not.
What about if you become more than where you are today and somebody is bringing you back to where you left
I
for?
don't want you to look at this issue like
No, the reason
I
why
saw
I am doing this
yeah
or
that
saying this,
that
I
I
ask you a very
set her
simple
to crumble
question.
her business and all
Okay,
that.
listen and listen very well. It's very simple. It's a very simple arithmetic. She have given her own word or statement against you, or rather what transpired. And you have responded to some extent, and I ask few questions. It's not by talking from here till next year. It's a point that you need. If you are sitting here, you need points. And that is why I just move straight to the point. You can't even figure or say anything about when last you put money into that account and how much. It's up to a year or two. And you sleep and wake up and dream well without dreaming of this woman that you are owing her money. Is that how business grows? No. It's very simple. When is she getting her money and how, so that you put it in writing? You understand? Nobody pray to run down in business or in anything. If she calls you that what happened to her will happen to you, you will not shine by the time we see you next. You are shining as if you are eating fish oil, cold liver oil, what they call it. You are really looking good. But if she calls you, when next you come here, which we don't encourage, you will not be shining because she's in pain. You may see that money as small money. She's in pain, she's not happy. Anybody that comes to this office did not come to celebrate o. And we are praying that people should be coming to say hello. If you see anybody here, they are not happy, they may be looking good. So seeing her here, she's not happy with you. That is why she's here. So talk to the office, when and how is she getting her money, so that you can put it in writing.
Like I said earlier, um, there are a few things I'm working on.
Can you please speak louder?
There are a few things that I'm working on. And on the catfish hatchery, the period between hatching and sales.
Oga, we will call you on a different day to come and lecture people about maturation and hatching. That is not what I want to hear from you. Just have it in your mind. Don't teach us. We will call you next time to come and lecture us. Inside your mind, you know what is hatchery and not hatchery. Just tell us in 2100, we are still in 22. That is 80 something years.
Fantastic. Let me go ahead with that. By March ending, I'll be able to pay some amount of money into that account. But this amount of money I'll pay will depend on what comes in about that time, because what I put on ground, and that's why I was trying to lay the background. What I've put on ground now will mature about that March. When I make a payment from the lump sum, then we'll decide how to split, agree, between ourselves, how to
want
split,
to balance the
how, yeah, how
yeah,
to, what to pay.
all right,
seasonally.
let them bring undertaking form.
Sorry, that much he's saying, I can't.
You have to, please.
I can't again.
I'm
This
sorry.
is for how long
Have you
now?
been here before?
I've not been here before. I was just
I
here
am the
last
one
week.
begging you. January, we are in January 18th.
These are the stories he's been telling me. You
In
heard how
our
he's talking now.
office, has he ever come here? Or is it because we are just romancing it? There are other things that can bring that money today here, but I'm meeting this young man for the first time. Let's give him this benefit. He can
Yes, I
provide the
understand
money
you. I
right here
understand
now
what you're
from
saying.
his nose, which I hardly do. We hardly do.
Yes.
He can provide it right here. They can start paying you right here, but we hardly do that. It's after this first time that the second time you will provide the money. The day we will come for you, you must see something pay. But I can't do that to him. If he has been doing that to you, that is between you and him, not between him and this office. And the way you are seeing match is just tomorrow. And you also don't know what he may pay in March. And seeing his face here worldwide, and he still want to grow as he's growing, he may want to do something better to show to the world that I am not exactly what they think I am. It's just because of the situation. We must, when I use the word must, we must give him the benefit now. Before you sleep and wake up, you are in March, if not April. You understand? Okay? Are you okay now? I know it's not easy. Eh?
Not quite, yes.
Okay. Let's give him that benefit for.
Excuse me, sir.
Well, which
All
is.
right.
So,
Thank you. My name is Brother Basil. When these things are happening, COVID-19, yes, we know people survived after it. Nobody's praying for anybody to do that. What I'm seeing like that, even in the business is saying that something is being put in, I had to put some money to it.
who are you to him?
I'm his brother,
Okay.
confident, and I know recent time I'm not an expert in fishing, but I gave him my own advice to say, let me put in some money so that whether the woman came to the house, came with the husband, you almost fought your wife, I say it will not happen again. If you can raise anything, even there, like we are saying my mind, let's give to her. Anyhow, money is money. And it will reduce whatever it is. I took the risk to put into the business into that fishing business. Know that it will grow. I know it will grow. And we're able to give her something. So I am not, you don't know me too well. But I'm saying that even before that match, the same match, almost match, and I say even before that match, your account will smile. Not a promise. Your account will smile. I know the word is what I said. Your account will smile. Not a promise. Your account will smile. Please. I can't go on my knees. I know what I'm telling you. I'm not me or sin. Be patient.
You should be asking the woman for that. Okay, you are talking to.
Yes, I said.
Because for the office, we are also assisting the young man to see if he doing it intentionally.
No, it's
It's
not
from
intentional.
March we know if he's just doing
It's
what
not
he's
intentional,
doing.
sir. I said I'm his confidant too. It's not intentional. You know what I'm saying. It's not intentional. It's not intentional.
All right, you know as it is now in your undertaking. I don't know what you want to write there. That whatever the profit or year, that is what when you will know what to pay. Let me tell you something. Let me assist you the way I'm already doing. You are going to write on or before so time in March, so amount out of 740,000 is what you are going to pay or remit to this woman. Failure to do so, so action should be taken against you. So now we are not going to wait for fish o. If you want to join Julius Berger or other farmers to make sure you meet up with what you have signed here, that is how it work here o. No be me wan go help you check how much dem dey get for fish or if fish no born I no go fit pay that time. See, lis ten and lis ten very good. Whether you still have fish pond or not, you are supposed to pay her. I hope you know. So let us not rely on that fish, but by the special grace of God, fish will surprise you positively. You are going to put something down, then we will see if we agree with that with your start, because it's a start now. So then we see you go and do other stuff. You understand? That is it. If I reach abroad now, if my company when I don work for before I come stay here for some time, if dem no take me, I will go do one dirty job again until I see better work. I wash toilet first in 2008, 9. I was still washing toilet before I come see some work, kitchen work, before I come see DHL work. No, UPS, they are like DHL ops. Before I come be like say I dey do clean work, I don be fine boy for abroad. But if I go now, I'm going like a few months time. If I go, all of these people dem no accept me. Any work wey just dey available, I go enter. Dat toilet work when I don run comot, I go enter. But I know that I'm doing it so that I'll be able to stand on my feet before I now go for the better one. So you now will go. Don't tell me we are relying on fish so that you will not come back here in March and say those fish dem get belle, dem no fit born. No. So you, whatever you are writing here, however you gonna get that money should not be our concern, should be your concern. Please let me have undertaking form. Undertaking form for the man. Bring the undertaking form for him to undertake.
Okay.
So as we are waiting, sir, how much are we expecting from you?
50,000 naira.
How much are you owing this woman?
740,000 as of now.
740,000 naira as at now. How much are you paying in March, sir? It's like you want this case to
I
be
said
solved.
50,000
To
naira
do
because
what?
I don't
50,000 for what?
want to promise what I can't do. I can do more, but if I write an statement undertaking, I'm going to pay 100,000, and that time comes, I don't pay, to look like there's a breach of contract. That's why I was saying, if it is not beyond what you can do, to let me come in March and pay an amount of money. What I have in mind is to be able to do something good into the 740, but what the figure is what I cannot say from here, really.
You already know what you want to pay. You know what we are going to do to you. It's not a threat. We will do it in a legal way that will take your time. We have a way of punishing people like you here. We will not fight you. If really you still have fish, before we are done with you with the case, some fish sef dem no go fit, dem fit get belle, dem no fit labour born children. So we program you in a way when we are done with you, we will still carry you enter court. And that court, shebi una say death no dey kill person. If I reach court, dem say I get 1 naira. No worry. You go dey go court always o. You dey go morning till night. even your case sef maybe na 4 o'clock dem go dey answer am. Then you go respect case. People like you, we have a way wey we take dey help dem. You go court 8 o'clock as is written. If dem go ever call your case, dem go call am 4 o'clock just to adjourn it. Go home. Maybe where the court dey, you go far from your house. So that as una dey say death no dey kill person, I go pay 50,000 when able. When next you want to buy credit, you go remember the office of the human right, whether dem wan go call you there. As you no get fear of God, upon say an advance man follow you come when dey talk sense into your head, you no get the fear of God, know say we are in January 18. I don't know the business you have with this woman, I don't care, but as far as this office is concerned, as far as I'm concerned, you are a heartless human being. 2019, you are owing this woman.
These are all I've been through.
You are owing this woman to date 740. That by now that money should be seen as 2 million or above with her business. And you in 2021, you did not mistakenly drop 1 naira into that account. Even though she may be your whatever, I don't know what lead to that thing. Now that you are here, you know this is 18th, that you can even start looking for job. I even use myself as an example that I can do all type of work until I get my real job. You did not think of how you will hustle whichever way, still the remaining how many days of January, 28 or whatever days in February, and I don't even know if it's March ending. You said you still have 2 months plus. You are talking of 50,000 that if I get you arrested here now, you will vomit that 50,000 because you are a scam.
I'm sorry, sir, to speak in such a way that you look at me as a scam.
That is what scam do.
I'm sorry about that. Now, being experienced in this profession, what would you advise me to do? Now,
go and get money elsewhere. Must still be fish.
You
have been in the farm for how many years? You get nothing according to you. What you do, you are to train fish and no gain. Are you now going to encourage people to be a fisherman, or how you call it?
All right,
poultry?
So I'm sorry about that. So
50,000 since 2019.
Okay, it's rather small.
Are you underrating her or the office?
I have pleaded my mouth blood, really, but I know that it's not please she wants, it's money she wants, you know. So I think I can do better than that, considering all you've said.
Okay, how much are we getting in March? Simple as ABCD.
Let's look at 150,000.
We can get more, but that's what we are putting down. B. We can get this money today, but I wanted to respect you. If you don't know this office, we can just try now. We can get this money today. We can get at least 250 to 350 for you now. If you want us to try, we can try. Because it's already 2019. So there is no station I will take you to this night that you will not pay half before they relieve. If you want us to try, we can try. No station I will arrest you now from here now, if I call, that you will not pay up to 350 before I allow them to release you. And from there, you will still write on when you will be bringing that money to our office, not to police. But I use police arrest you, you'll be bringing it here. In case you've not heard.
Comrade,
I understand what you're saying.
Comrade.
How dare you look at everywhere here since 2019?
Comrade, please, I say you're not up to that. Now why I said I'm present
So
here.
tell your brother to respect himself, man.
Sir, that's why I'm present here.
We should feel ashamed when in a thing like
The
this.
account was going to smile. Was he on 50,000?
No, listen.
No, he did not discuss it with his brother.
I know what I'm saying. I have heard your statement. I want to do something by myself. Are you getting it? You can take my number. I know what I'm telling you. You don't know me. I said on my honor, I will hunt it down for you.
Don't worry,
But
put it
please,
there, sir. You will
as an elder,
you will
I will-
sign as a witness.
I will do something for you.
Write it there, then his brother will sign as a witness. Your own is that the least you may break is 150, but we are expecting more if things work better.
Better.
And your brother is willing to support you. That means we should be expecting more than that.
4 months,
is
I will
red.
do something by myself.
Sorry.
Do you hear? Sister Esther, before March, I will do something. You understand me? At least to know
Please,
that.
let's have another color of pen, like blue or black. What we have here is red. Give me.
Oh, sorry.
So,
There's a little man. Can you give me your account number? To me by yourself. And I'll give you my phone.
when you are there, you take it from there. See, that is it there. Okay,
I haven't informed you.
sorry. Please, have it.
Sorry, it's out of sync.
Okay, sorry, sir. And that is the paper. It's written there already.
Her phone number and account number.
No, it's a human rights account details.
Okay. Look, I should pay
You don't have any issue with typing.
Thank you. Your phone number is here, sir.
And he will give you, your son, your brother will give you. Sorry about that, sir. I never know you have a challenge.
He has been of help. So when he told me this, I said, no. What? You take me to hospital?
Yeah, sorry about that.
We help you to go to hospital here, there, and there. To meet the best consultant. He says, yeah, second opinion will go. So that's why I said,
Sorry about that.
as I'm following him,
Thank
wherever
God I have
it is,
not stressed you so much.
No, because we don't know how you cooperate. I said I must be here. Because no matter how it is, there must be a way to cushion this. I believe in that peace and justice, which this human rights is doing. It's more of reconciliation you're doing. You know? It's more of reconciliation.
This sorry, category of case, what am I supposed to write there?
You are owing the woman, and whether not debt you want right there.
Indebtedness. Okay.
Now how I see it, and I know. Yeah, you know, the wisdom Almighty God has given you. Knowledge you want to have also. So,
Okay.
you're doing well, sir.
Sure. I shall make a payment of 150. What it is?
As part of
As part payment of the 740 on her at the end of March. I don't know.
the old, maybe I should put her name there.
Put her name. Put her name under now. Her full name. And the what led to the whatever debt you are owing. You just state it there for your fish feed that you bought in so year. Just state it there. And I owe her. So year 2019. You know the month already.
Was you paid in something 2020, is it not?
No.
Hmm.
They transacted it 2019.
I know. And 2020 paid in something now. But 2021,
I can't remember whether it was 2021 and 2021.
No bother when you make last payment. We are not in.
No, just
okay. Yeah. The reason why sometimes I don't blame Nigeria police. They say police are your friend. When the romance case, you come and see Beraga, he want to treat you like the way they should treat people. You will see something different. They will force you to be shouting and to be giving them unnecessary action. Madam, first sign there. It's a complainant. Your name and signature and date.
I'm sorry for any misgivings. My it's okay. I led you to.
Put it in his phone. Let me snap him. Just as if you are writing again.
My phone is ringing with my wife.
Sorry.
The way he's calling, I know how she calls.
It's all I've done that.
Don't come close.
No, we don't need it again.
Okay.
I never knew you have such challenge.
Okay.
So there's no need for that. If he respects you and your condition, he will not bring you here next time. We have to comply, so that he won't be stressing you.
No problem. We'll be okay. We'll try.
All right. This is where we're gonna draw the curtain of this, Mr. Henry. We'll be expecting both parties at the end of March. God bless you and have a very wonderful evening wherever you were watching from or wherever you are watching from. God bless you. We still have one more case to treat tonight or this evening. Mr. Henry, you can go. And Madam, please stay back.
Comrade,
Sorry.
can I see your hand?
Yes. God bless you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for coming. Yes, come in. Yeah. Okay. God bless you all for your meaningful contribution. You know what I mean? One love. I'll be back in a moment.